This is Erica Price with Price and Willoughby LLC, or you may know us as Special Ed Simplified. So today we're going to look at how to create an adapted book. To do this, we're going to use Google Slides. I have a simple note-taking sheet. We are going to use ChatGPT, which is free. And we are also going to use Canva, which teachers should have access to the full version. So let's go back to Google Slides and let me do a quick rundown of how I set this up. So I always start with the title page. What I typically do is I create or I add a picture to the title page that covers the entire page. You don't have to do that. That's just something I do. It's up to you. Each page thereafter, I include a repeated sentence, and I do this so I can add that repeated sentence to switches or devices to make sure all students are engaged. I include a couple, 2 to 3 sentences of text on whatever the content is, and I usually also include a question. If this is a book about horses, the question may be, what color is the horse? Then I have this box available to allow the student to answer that question, because on the last page of the book there will be boxes. And then the velcroed answers will be velcroed here onto these boxes. This is kind of like their home page, so that way the student can take the answer and place it where it belongs. You don't have to do that. It's just something I do. It's up to you. So there's that. But let's get into looking at how to create an adapted book using ChatGPT and Canva. So in ChatGPT, you can see I have already created a probe. Now this may or may not work. We may have to adapt it, and that's part of it with ChatGPT. I'm telling it to assume it's a special education teacher. We're not doing anything different. Let me just kind of get rid of this line here. I'm telling it to generate about 5 paragraphs of text about the life of Harriet Tubman. And I'm also going to point out, I'm saying about 5 because it can't count. So we'll be hit or miss there. And then I'm saying it should be about 4 sentences per paragraph, and I want it written at the 3rd grade level. And I'm also telling it to please include 1 to 2 comprehension questions per paragraph. So let's see what happens. Fingers crossed. All right. It's looking good, looking good. Okay. So now, you as the expert, you need to go through and make sure that this text is correct, that the information's correct, that it's usable, it's something you can do with your students. There's no wild, crazy things in here. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm just showing you how to create an adapted book. You're going to want to do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs, 5 paragraphs. Fabulous. It did 5 paragraphs. So if this is my first paragraph and I'm going to use this for my first page, I could actually, if it's spot on, I could copy it, go over here. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this slide and literally, whoops, I'm going to have to adjust sizes and such. Oh, that didn't work. That's okay. That just means I need 2 screens. I'm going to paste it in. It says Harriet Tubman was born into slavery around 1820 in Maryland. So let's start with that. What did I just say? Harriet Tubman was born into slavery. Harriet, how do you spell her name? Yeah, I'm not really good at this. Harriet, 1 T. Okay, Tubman was born into slavery. What year? Around 1820 in Maryland. Around 1820 in Maryland. Okay, So now I would need to adjust this text size. I may want to change the font, whatever. How am I going to get a picture here? I'm actually going to take this first sentence. I'm going to copy this first sentence. I'm going to go into Canva. So this is my Canva page. I'm going to go for a storyboard. Just search for storyboard. Then I'm going to create a blank storyboard. And now I'm going to go to Magic Media. And I'm going to paste that sentence in there. And I'm going to tell it to generate an example. And we wait. And then pictures of Harriet Tubman will start populating. And from here, we could go through and select the picture we liked best. Now, these are actual pictures and they're fabulous, but let's say that's not the style of picture we wanted. Let's say we wanted to use concept art. Okay, so I've still got my sentence in here, and I'm going to tell it to populate. And now it has populated these different types of pictures using a different style. I like this picture a lot. So I really like this picture. I think this is the one I want to use. You can download it and save it. For speed, I'm actually just going to do a quick grab of it like that. And I'm going to bring it over and drop it right on my desktop. I'm sorry, right in my book. Now, my repeated sentence could be whatever I chose it to be. Harriet Tubman was born into slavery. If that's what I want it to be, and that's what I'm going to use for the sake of this story. Harriet Tubman was born into slavery. So let me adjust my picture. And now I've started my story. And I can do this with all of the information. We have, she grew up facing many hardships. We have questions. And this is how I'm going to continue to build my book. I'm going to pause the video just so I can build a couple pages to give you an idea, but we don't have to go through the time, and then I'll build one whole page and show you. All right, so I have created 1, 2, 3 pages. This is just a duplicate, and I'm going to show you, we're going to do a couple more pages just to give you an idea how to do this. Now, the last page I created, it talks about she's escaping slavery, which is this paragraph here. So here's the next one. I'm going to literally just copy this paragraph, go back into my story. I'm going to paste it in. So now I need to change my font to the one I'm using. I'm going to get rid of that white, adjust everything. One of the questions it suggested is, what did Harriet Tubman do for the Union Army during the Civil War? Or how did Harriet Tubman help the Union Army win battles? So I think we're going to go with, what did Harriet Tubman do? So I've copied that, and I'm going to add that in as a question. And same thing, I should have just grabbed it earlier. I'm going to change my font to what I'm using. I'm going to get rid of that highlight, adjust the color, adjust the size. So is everything the same size? That's 17. That's not 17, so let's make that 17. And now I'm going to grab my text, copy it, go back into Canva, and I'm literally just going to paste that as my prompt and see what it gives me. I'll pause so you don't have to watch Canva work. So here are the options Canva has created. You can go through and select the one that you think would be most appropriate. Maybe you don't like any of them. You can tell it to generate again, and it will work again. I'm going to go ahead and copy this one. Remember, you can just download, but I'm kind of cheating here for the sake of time, and I think I'm going to like that picture better. Oh, I just deleted that wrong picture. Let's go back here. Let me go back in. I think I'm going to like, ooh, look at that. I may have to change my picture. So we have the next page in our book completed. I'm going to duplicate this slide, and then I'm going to go back into ChatGPT, find my next paragraph. Again, you need to check for correctness, appropriateness, so forth and so on. I just want you to see how easy it is to create an adapted text for students based on whatever content that you are teaching at the time. I didn't grab my question. Let me read the text. What did Harriet do after the Civil War ended? What did Harriet Tubman fight for during her life? So here, I'm going to grab another question. Go back into the story. Add it. Make my adaptations again. Highlight it. Got to change my text first thing. Get rid of that background and change my color and adjust the size. So now we need a new picture. Go back to Canva and let's see what we can come up with. Give it another prompt to generate for pictures and see what it comes up with. Oh, I'm liking this one. I think I like this one. All right, so I'm going to go with this one. And I really think this is what I'm going to stick with. But say you like one, but you want to see what other options you can get based off that one, click on the three dots and you can generate more like that. So I'm going to grab this one, add it to my story, and add it here. Now I have another picture for my book. My book is almost finished. The only thing I have yet to do is this last paragraph. Of course, I still need a title page and to put my answers in, and the book will be completed. So let me go back and show you what we have so far. We have multiple pages on Harriet Tubman with multiple pictures. And then I'm going to finish it by adding responses that can be used to answer the questions, and of course, a title page. This was done within just a few minutes using ChatGPT, the free version, and Canva. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll include my book in the download in case you want to use it. Thanks.